We do get a bit of an insight into the training sessions. There's another, there's a bit where, and this was in the extract last week in the Sunday Independent, where Cody kind of obviously, no one ever looks for a freeze. Shefflin did it once and that was kind of laughed at a little bit. And then eventually you're getting a bit frustrated and nearly kill somebody. And at that point, Cody's clearly very pissed off with you.
Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, he never seen him as tick like. And at that stage, excuse me, I played in the Leinster final and I got taken off. I had a great first half and then I was really poor in the second half, got taken off and rightly so. And I was just kind of getting frustrated, and I was in a game and the ball came in and Mark Kelly gave me a little snig on the hand and I just turned around and pulled, and it was a terrible pull. It was shocking, and Brian roared at me and he came over and he said if I ever did that again that he'd turf me out, and rightly so, because I couldn't condone it, and I apologised to Mark afterwards. But that, like, as I say, like when you want something so bad and you just get frustrated and you're not playing well and you know it just comes out, and that was a regret of mine.
Do you feel like they kind of, that certainly from the management's perspective, the teams that you played in wanted a little bit of that from you? Actually, they wanted a lot of that from you, and they were willing to allow the occasions when it did spill over to be like, that's just what you get with Jackie. Sometimes it spills over.
Yeah, I suppose nobody's perfect, and that just comes with the territory. That, you know, if you're going to play on the line, sometimes you go over it.
Was that spoken about? Like,
I would say more roared at. Brian used to say, you know, Jackie, just don't do it, like, and you know, it's yeah. But I suppose the thing about it was, when came match day in Croke Park, I was able to harness that and hold back that total aggression and things like that. But Brian sometimes would bring in an internal referee just to kind of get things down, you know, and sometimes a lad could pull a bad stroke, to be nothing said about, then he could pull a jersey a minute later and it could be a free given again him, you know, so it was kind of give and take sometimes. But it was like, at the end of the day, we all knew what we could and couldn't do, and sometimes we went a bit too far in training and brought the physicality a bit too much. But you knew in your heart and hearts, come big games or wherever you're playing, that you won't get away with it.
Cody obviously is the other big character in the book that we kind of are beginning to learn a bit more about. I didn't realise you'd had him in 4th, 5th and 6th class, and twice in 6th class. So yeah, that's an unusual relationship that anybody's ever going to have, particularly with somebody who ends up being the most successful manager in the history of the sport that you're also a key player for. And it seems like you know each other really well, but there's no closeness beyond the bond that you have, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's right, and you be correct with that, Ger, and that's Brian's management style. He keeps that distance from his players, and it works. And it's kind of like treat him mean, keep him keen kind of a thing, you know. But yeah, Brian, you know, he taught me in school. Was obviously a massive figure in James Stevens' club. Was all our matches, our training, and so he was always central. And I wouldn't say in my life, but he was always in and around. And then obviously gave me the call and things like that. But I always had a thing with Brian. If Brian is coming to look to talk to you, there might be something wrong. You might be in trouble. So I would keep out of his way, and I'd keep the head down. And I'd work as hard as I possible. Now he would talk to lads an awful lot more, other lads, but I kind of took it as a compliment. Right, I must be doing okay, and he's happy enough with me now that he's not coming over and talking to me, and that was the way it worked.
And in terms of like your game or stuff you needed to add, because early on again, and I think this is probably something that again people won't realise, you felt like there was a weakness in under the dropping ball, and that actually teams would target you. Damien Fitzhenry lands 3 balls on you very early on in your career, and you think, okay, they're obviously coming for me. And is there a conversation with him about fixing that? And
oh, absolutely, yeah. And he would often say,
there's coaching going on at the same time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And he I always remember down in Monart, he pulled me aside and said, look, he said, the break or the high ball, he said, we need a platform on the half back line and really strong, and you know, we need you under those high balls really, really strong. And he was like, he was telling me that, you know, I needed to improve, and I knew I needed, and that was kind of my thing. The harder I tried that, you know, you're kind of trying to force it and that, yeah. And but yeah, that's the kind of coaching, and that's the kind of thing when Brian comes to talk to you, there's something amiss or there's something out that he needs to talk to you about.